Good morning, everybody, and welcome. And I see, been looking at the chat for the last couple of minutes, and I see people traveling and from all over the world. And you are not the only ones traveling. Welcome to everybody. And I am greeting you from Hampton Bays in on Long Island. I'm out here for my summer sessions and having a good time, but bouncing around quite a bit. So you haven't seen a ton of content from me. It's because I haven't had a home base yet, but I'm about to have one, and you're going to see quite a few things from me. Let's check in with our friend and hero, Gavin, though. Let me bring him up here. They were stuck in the Charlotte airport for 9+ hours yesterday. They got to Toronto at about 2 a.m. last night. So I had talked to them last night, and they are just whooped and really getting their sleep in at this point. So we are not going to have Gavin today. They had a brutal, brutal travel day, but he sends his good wishes for us, and we'll see if we can get a win done. This will not count for any sort of streak. We still have a live streak going. And in fact, I have some really exciting announcements coming up. I can't share one of them with you just yet, but shortly I will, and I'm really excited about it. You'll also see some fresh content coming from me on a bunch of different platforms. So I have been not just traveling, but exceptionally busy. So I've had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm excited to bring it to you, especially the thing I can't quite talk about yet, but I'm really close to being able to. So it is going to be wonderful. So here we are, folks, board number one. Let's see what we can get done today, folks, and welcome to everybody from all across the world. I've been teaching a lot of bridge this summer, so I'm in teacher mode. So that's how we're going to approach today. One diamond on our right, and we have this very nice 6 card heart suit. So we're just going to hop in here with our one heart bit, and we're going to see what happens from here. If we get a raise from partner, it'll be interesting, and here we go. Right, so couple of things you want to do right away when partner raises. Take a look at the values in your hand and ask yourself where that puts us game wise, and where do we think we are here, folks, when you look at this hand. Are we thinking about game, or are we like, okay, we're not going to make game? Hello from Scotland, Vienna, Sussex, England, North Shore of Boston. Stephanie, I'm wearing my Wiano cap from the Cape Cod trip I took earlier. Did a little bridge lesson at their club. And so take a look here, folks. Do we have game? We do not. Right? Partners raise is at best 6 to 9. And we have 12 high card points, even though we have really nice shape. Second question is, how high should we compete? And this is a shout to Larry Cohen here. We're going to use the law of total tricks in these spots. When the opponents have a fit, especially, and we have a fit, we can safely compete to whatever level is equivalent to the number of trumps that we have between our two hands. So here I have 6 hearts. My partner has at least 3. I know I have 9 hearts. So even if I don't have these values and this sort of wonderful shape, I should still be willing to compete to the 3 heart level. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And they bid 3 spades, probably also using the law of total tricks from their side. So it looks like we both have at least 9 card fits here. The question is, should we bid? And the answer is likely not, right? What we have here is they're at just the 3 level, and if we want to compete, we have to go to the 4 level. And we might be able to survive that if we don't get doubled, right? But if we bid 4 hearts and we do get smacked around a bit, can we survive that? Are we going to go for too much? I mean, let's think about it. If partner doesn't have any wastage in spades, we might. If the ace of spades is to our left, our king of spades is just cooked. But if it's to our right, we have a trick, so it's a 50-50 proposition. Our clubs are terrible. If partner has good cards there, it'd be great. But what if partner has good cards in diamonds, right? If they have good cards in diamonds, maybe we have a better defensive prospect here. So in this case, especially considering the opponents haven't bid a game and we're not sacrificing against that, especially also on board one, I think we're going to let it go. But I tell you what, taking what I said and maybe divorce yourself from my analysis for a second and just do what you think is right. I'm going to give you guys a poll. We're going to engage you guys a little bit more today because our hero isn't here. And we will say, do you want to pass or do you want to bid 4 hearts? Those are your only options here. You're thinking about bidding or passing. And I'm just trying to get a gauge of what maybe the lesser opponents are doing in this tournament. Yeah, we might have a heart and a club fit. Yeah, that's very good, Welsh. Well, let's see. Let's see what four clubs would be. I mean, I think it would be some sort. Yeah, exactly. It would be some sort of cubit, which doesn't make a lot of sense. We only did three hearts, right? So here we would just be considering four hearts or pass. Well, I mean, the thing is, if the ace of spades is to our right, we're probably going to get a spade lead, and that's the same kind of win, right? But if the ace of spades is to our left, we're very unlikely to get a spade lead. And the question is, the right hand opponent is probably more likely values wise, but lefty has likely more spades. So there's competing math on this one. All right, let's take a look. 72% of you want to pass and 28% want to bid. Okay, well, we are definitely going to pass. Now, we could be missing the possibility of this, but we could also just be beating three spades where we're going down. Here, look at that dummy. Wow. Four spades, six times. It looks like we may have had that double fit, right? This is a hand where it looks like partner does, in fact, have some clubs. We're going to get to a club lead right away. The good thing is the ace of spades looks like it was wrong for us. And here we're just trying to create our winners before they can get together and take the rest of the tricks. This is just a quick second hand low. There's our finesse. So we were losing two spades. We're losing a club and a diamond and hearts. So we were going down in that for sure. But if it's only down one, maybe we were chopping a little bit better there. My goodness. Romping to victory. They underbid. They are in a contract that they're going to take probably 12 tricks in if they can shake all their cards here. Can't tell if they'll be able to. Here's where you pitch your ace of hearts. You should know what they're leading last, and there it is. So 35.7% for this. Let's see what everybody did. It feels like there's a bunch of people doing what we did, and then a few people bidding four hearts. Let's see if we're right. Ooh, I have some stuff in here that we don't need. Let's get these out of here. Bye bye. Okay. So here we are. Yep, there are the four heart bidders, and I'll get my camera over here in a second, folks. Here's most of the field. Some of them pushed them to four spades, and how did they do? So they jumped to two hearts with their hand, and that does not work well for you folks. Don't preempt when you have a good hand, right? I think maybe this was maybe an old school player that thought they were playing intermediate jump over calls. There's our three spades. There's the meat and potatoes field right there, the Peloton. And then here are the four heart bidders. Ah, man, down three, down four. That's the thing. If you get doubled, you're just getting wrecked in this contract, right? So here, if the robots were on their game and chose to double, right, you're certainly not going to have a good result for down three there. And let me get myself over. Hey, people, what's up? All right, so that's board one, 35.7. But honestly, we're with a bunch of people. We'll keep track of who these five are if we need to know, or six are. But it's so many of them that we're just going to sit back and keep playing. Yeah, the robots struggle with protecting their scores, right? So here they had a chance to protect their score or a chance to bid four spades, both of which would have been amazingly right if they weren't. Two players went down, only one on that. So okay, that would have been good doubled, but anything more than that, you're in trouble. All right, but we're back at it. This is 18 high card points. So I love opening one no trump more than probably almost everybody. It's just I'm very used to doing it with a lot of different types of hands, and I've experimented with it quite a bit on bridge base. I will never open an 18-point hand one no trump. Right? I never will trend down. Right, so some of you look at this, or some of you would look at a flat hand. I've seen this on bridge base a lot. 18 points flat, and you're like, oh, let's just open a no trump. It's close enough. It's just a bad proposition, right? It might lead to a terrific result once in a while, but in the long run, it is just a loser. So we just bid naturally. One club. We'll try to bid. Here we go. We'll try to bid two no trump next. We're not going to deal with our major, right? We can get back to that if we need to. We're just going to show 18, 19 balance. Partner shows a lot of diamonds here and a bad-ish hand. Um, I'm willing to risk it. If they have king jack of diamonds, that's 4 points, right? And if they king jack sixth, yeah, we rate to take that whole suit, even if that's our only entry. But they're not going to have just 4 points unless this is one of those weird times. They're likely to have king jack of diamonds and some other card. I'm hoping that card is useful for an entry, or we just have running diamonds. So let's find what we buy here. They had a lot of entries, folks. Just not very good diamonds. This is a fun hand. We do have two entries. We have a spade entry and at least one heart entry. We might actually scoop up two heart entries in the wash here. The problem is they might be able to shake out some clubs. We have good spots in this one. This is going to be a fun one to play. First off, when you start a no trump contract, we're just going to deal with our winner count, right? How many winners are we starting with? And right now, I see six of them. I see three hearts, the ace, king, and queen, two clubs, and the ace of diamonds. All right, so that's not that bad to start with, right? The question is where are extra tricks going to come from? I think it's pretty clear we want them to come from diamonds. We may not get a chance to take all of those extra tricks. The first trick we're going to try to take is a diamond finesse. Um, there's an issue here though because this lead, I in a normal situation I'd be jumping for joy because the five of hearts is a fourth best lead, right? So the whole okay, the jack is there, so I can pop that 10 in. Now I have two heart entries and a spade entry for some sort of third position to get over there, right? So I would love this. The problem is we're dealing with the robots, right? So now this becomes a guess situation. In a normal situation, it's 10 and all day you're happy. Here I'm thinking about playing low just in case left-hand opponent has the nine of hearts and is leading low from that, which the robots will also do, which is terrible. So this is just a torture situation. I'm going to try the 10 and hope that this one time the robot is being legit with their choices. Or are they? Slow down. What a slow roller. I don't know if you caught that on it just a slow little hitch and then there's that jack. Thanks a lot. All right. Uh, we're gonna win the queen. We still have our entry over there, right? But we didn't get there right away, and now we're probably only going for one extra diamond trick. I'm just gonna play another heart to the ace and take my diamond finesse. Now we're just looking for the nine of hearts, right? That's gonna be the crucial card. Here, just the diamond of the queen is gonna be okay. That's bad luck. Now we rate to be in a bad spot. Here we're going to cover this because it doesn't matter, folks. We're covering this for East's benefit, right? Just in case they aren't willing to play a card. So there's one more diamond loser over there. So we can set up that suit, folks. What's the problem? We're not there and we're never going to be there until we lose two spades, right? So in this situation, we are in a tough spot. I always will go back and count my winners from this point because I know things have gone badly for me, right? We lost the diamond finesse. So now we had one extra trick we could have had, we didn't get it. So we're three in the bank. We have two clubs, that's five. The king of hearts is six. Where are extra tricks gonna come from now? Well, one can come from hearts and one's gonna come from spades. The rest of this hand we're gonna just try to figure out or try to hope the robots help us out. They can cash a diamond at some point. They just can't do it when we have a potential spade entry. Well, yeah, ace and then diamond queen is interesting also, but that's the same position, Jason. We have the same problem where we need more entries to dummy because we're going to have to cross over and make it good. So the hope here was the diamond finesse wins, and we have an opportunity to do that or just one extra trick. So here I'm gonna play low here because I hope that the I see they're too good, right? I'm hoping to preserve the queen, and maybe they do make a mistake here, but at this point they've stripped our side of entries to that side, and now the question is, do we just exit a spade and let them cash some tricks to lead to us, or do we just try to take our tricks? I'm gonna hope that hearts are breaking reasonably well. They're not. And now we could try to end play them and get an extra club trick in this spot, but think about that. What do they have left to take? Well, they're going to have a spade and another spade, most likely. A diamond is good for them in one of their hands, and they likely have two or one club tricks here. So here, I'm just going to cash out. I'm going to go down two. And if we're miraculously getting some sort of extra trick, we'll take it. But there's our heart loser. And here, we now retroactively, I wished I would have gotten over there to be able to take a heart finesse rather than the diamond finesse. That would have worked out quite well for us. And there's a good spade over there, I think. All right. So terrible result here, and the reason is almost everybody, just stayed in three diamonds. I mean, I don't know about that one. That's kind of oh, okay. So they bid it incorrectly also. All right. This is 18 high card points, folks, and these people are just bidding one heart. One, okay, here's a person that chose to open one. The Trump worked out well for them. All right, that's what I'm talking about. You see that once or twice, folks, and you're just like, oh, that worked out okay. Let's keep doing that. And then, yeah, some other one no trumps. Here's a person that had a more traditional auction and chose the low route, and that was the winner here, folks. I find it's really hard for me to go low, especially if I have a chance to bid no Trump with hands like this. And it's unfortunate. We bought a hand where just partner had the hand they're supposed to have, really. Just their diamonds aren't as good. If we put one of those honors or some of the points that they have in hearts, especially into diamonds, we're gonna do quite well, but not on this one. I could have played the 10 of spades, by the way, and tried to create a spade trick that way, but what do you think the robot would have done there? I didn't do this because I've seen the robots successfully execute this all day. They would have ducked that one, right? They can see the long diamonds and dummy, so there, that's good. But Jason, that was a good idea, and it's something I did consider without talking. Ace and queen of diamonds is interesting, but here's what they do, right? They win the second diamond unless you're getting, well, you're still getting unlucky if it drops, right? They win the second diamond, and now they just stay away from dummy. And we have the ace of hearts, so we can cross over there with the ace of hearts, set up a diamond, but then they just own us in spades if they play correctly, right? They can always block us from getting to that dummy because they can basically know what we're looking at in our hand. It's very interesting and it's very well done by the robots. So we had other company here. One person did only go down one here. They reversed, which is a way you could go. And failed to talk about this. This is a spot. They jump shifted, excuse me. They didn't reverse. The jump shift and the reverse should always be unbalanced. You should be looking at a singleton at least almost always when you're making these jump shifts and reverses. That's how we show unbalanced good hands. The way we show balanced good hands is exactly what we did on this. We open one and we rebid two no trump and we get to a terrible three no trump. Luckily this is not streaking, right? We're five in a row with Gavin and I, so that streak is still intact. But we have some fun in front of us here because this is going to be a good time. Now, I mean, I have no excuse not to open this one no Trump. This is a kind of an ugly 14, but I especially if I'm down early like this as just a normal way to hopefully catch up. Now here it looks like they just have a normal two spade overcall, and I'm still pretty happy. I've over described my hand. I've oversold what I had, and my partner couldn't bid, so I'm pretty confident we're selling out to the right spot. Let's find out what happens. Spades with spades and a minor also. So when we're defending, we're going to take a little bit of time here to chat. Right? So let's talk about how we should be thinking in these spots. I have 14 high card points. And I can see the dummy surprisingly has 10 high card points, right? It's pretty great. 24 and left-hand opponent overcalled. Now they overcalled with the robots play something called Capoletti. So when we open one no trump, and in fact, let me grab this auction for you guys to see. When I click on this, it's going to say spades and a minor. We don't know which of the minors it is, and the lead you know, it suggests that it might be clubs, and that's what our shape suggests, but it could still be diamonds in weird spots. But what we do know is that left-hand opponents should have some values, especially considering they made a vulnerable overcall. The east and west chairs look at that board three up there. That red means that they're vulnerable, so this is a risky spot. So here, I would always assign them around an opening hand. So let's give them about 12 points, even though they are two suited. So what should we know about partners hand, folks? They have very little, right? Four is a likely maximum, right? They could have a little more if lefty has a little less, or they could have even as little as 2 points. So essentially, when we see some points come out of partner's hand, they will likely be the only points they have. Here, we're going to just play the jack here, just to force out whatever they might have. If our partner has the queen, they're pretty much cooked in this situation. And now we're in a terrible spot, right? We're essentially end plate. We don't know what to do. Every card we lead is basically a finesse for declare. I would guess declare also has the ace of spades, the ace of hearts. So I think we'll just draw trump for them. I probably should have played low just in case partner did have the ace of spades. That was a little leak there, but it seems very likely what's going on. Oh, well. So they only had four spades to our left. So that means their minor is likely a five card suit. But if their minor's clubs, we just, oh no, they still could have five there. Yeah, there we go. So now we have the count unless I missed partner pitching a club, right? So we know they started with four spades, right? Because the spades divided 3-3-3. And now we know they had a minor, so they're never going to make these two suited bids without at least 5-4. And we just confirmed partner had two clubs, so did we. Dummy had four. Declare started with five clubs, four spades. What do they have left in the red suits? Four total cards. The way they're going to divide is either 3-1-2-2 or 4-0. And that's the rest of the hand. So basically, I'm just trying to picture left-hand opponent's hand. I do not know who has, the eight of hearts, the six of hearts. I have no clue. I don't know the exact number of everyone's card, but I kind of know the general shape, or I'm trying to figure it out. And that's what we're trying to get to. And this will just help us know which of the cards we can throw away at the end. All right, so here we see that they did have one heart. Do they have two hearts? They do. And let's see if they have a third heart. We're not going to play a diamond. Okay. So now we know what was their shape, folks. Pop it into the chat if you know it. David Devine, late good morning to you as well. I owe you an email. David sent me an email. Oh, God, was it like a week and a half ago? And I totally forgot to respond to it. But I have been driving and going like crazy. Yeah, Adam, there it is. Right? Four spades, two hearts, two diamonds, and five clubs. Right? So now, just without doing too much work, we've just figured out what they had by putting it all together. And if we had a decision to make at the end there, we would have made it. And we're getting punished again. This is a punishment that I richly deserve, folks, because I opened one no trump on this hand. I led to this disaster. But here we go. It went a no trump and they got to overcall two spades. If we did something else, it looks like our partner would have competed, or the opponents would have competed in clubs instead. Yeah, sorry. If we open a diamond, they don't get the chance to show spades and a minor. So they play clubs. Wow, I'm so bad. I don't mind this, right? I went for it on this one and they got to their better spade contract, unfortunately. And I think maybe we do a little better if I don't draw trump. Is that possible, or are they just always cold here? Yeah, it looked like I was hooking them up with a trick pretty much anywhere. I'm just glad I didn't lead a heart. That would have been a disaster. Okay. So that's sometimes what happens, folks. You can see we've done pretty much nothing terribly wrong other than made a terrible opening bid. And when I say we, I'll take it all. I opened a no trump at this end. To be fair though, this was a fun one to talk about, and we got to nail down Declare's shape. And again, it's not about calculating numbers and cards and odds. It's about, hey, what do I know about the bidding and what they've done so far, and then just pay attention to the rest of the hand. Here, we were probably never going to be put to the test pitching wise, excruciatingly, but other times it'll be so easy for you. Okay, well, I counted their hand. I know they can't have this, right? Good, good, good. Oh man, we need to trend upwards. It's not gonna. I was gonna say it's not gonna be hard to trend upwards, but I'm proving that incorrectly. uh, this is a great double. All right, they open a club. This is almost the perfect double. You just would like to trade a diamond for a spade. Uh, but we will sit there and we'll see redouble two spades and then three clubs. So this is a weird one. I haven't seen this online almost ever. A lot of points are being bid. We have 13, right? Our opponent is advertising 12, 25, and this person showed 10 plus, right? So let me click on two spades and make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, this says that's some sort of positive response, right? So it says 6 to 10. I don't know. Let's give them 8. I think we just ran out of points though, right? So there's 25, 35, 43, right? So it's a little bit rich. If we give partner 6, it makes a little bit more sense. So maybe that's exactly what's going on. This three club bid shows a whole bunch of clubs, right? It's just going to show like 6 or more. So it's possible that East just doesn't even have 12 points. It could have a little less. Question is, what do we do? The answer is I'm not even sure, right? They're in their they're in their worst contract for us, right? But what's our bid going to mean? It's probably not going to mean too much extra. Yeah, this is good. The problem is it's going to show four spades. If we bid three diamonds, I think it's going to show a bigger hand with diamonds. Yeah. So we're choosing between, hey, do I lie about my spade total or do I just pass? I'm going to give this to you guys. I think this is very close as to what I would do because I honestly have such a good hand for spades. And the more clubs they bid makes my shortness seem like it's a little bit more valuable. But I'm not going to make this call. You are. Clearly, when I make decisions this morning, it's not going well, right? So we need you guys to get in here and make this bid. So it's either going to be a three spade bid competing or you are going to just pass. All right, good. Yeah, this is fine. I have actually won from these spots before, so I am never scared in these situations. And I've done enough of these things live and had so many terrible mistakes that I'm not embarrassed either, as you guys can tell. And so this technically is it's not as clean a law of total tricks situation as we had before, right? And it's because we aren't sure they have fit, right? But our hand is just spectacular for the fit that we have found, and we did confirm that the jump to two spades was supposed to be five spades, so we do have a spade fit. And it looks like the crowd is trending towards that direction. 71% are three spade bidders, and let's rock that bid right now. And let's see what it produces. Are we playing or are they bid more? So now, I mean, now it becomes do we want to double or do we want to let this one go? I think we've done well enough to push them to four clubs. And also, if we're beating it, we may just be getting a pretty reasonable score. It's tough. Hey, David, thank you so much. You're amazing. Uh, oh man, this is I'm just picturing a double going very badly for us because also we know our partner's probably bidding some shape because of their call, and left-hand opponent we cannot forget has redoubled. So what we might think are good, yeah, exactly, Adam. What we might think is like a good hard position behind the person bidding a lot, we have, some values to our left. So yeah, I agree with the chat coming in, and I'm not even going to pop a poll up. I think we just pass, and we hope we bought a really nice spot. Um, Question is, what do we lead? The answer is you can be aggressive here. It's good to be aggressive, and I'm going to lead a low spade. I'm not going to lead away from aces, but I am going to lead away from a suit that we know we have a known fit in, and we might be in a hurry to take tricks in. This is one of those times where when we're on opening lead, we know that we have to our right a lot of shape. So when there's a lot of shape out there, or particularly when there's a lot of weakness in one hand to your right, we can be aggressive more often. It might turn out badly, but again, here it looks like with partner having the queen of spades, it's going to be safe for us, and it was. All right, here comes a bunch of clubs. So let's take a second though. Before we do anything, let's go through our process again. The dummy had the ace of spades, so the dummy actually had wow, dummy had 11 high card points. All right, we had 13 exactly, right? There we go. And this person opened the bidding. So, I mean, let's give them 12, but notice they bid a boatload of clubs, right? So that's 25, 36. So partner has about 4 points. So partner has some shape. I wonder what they're short in. Probably diamonds, right? So I kind of wish I led the ace of diamonds instead on this one, but we'll see if that's correct here. Let's try again, folks, with me. Let's try to count each shape, right? Let's figure out what shape they started with. We're gonna figure a lot out when they draw trump, right? We're gonna see we started with one, dummy started with three, which is amazing that dummy has three of these cards. Here we're just gonna play a low diamond. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. What did we figure out, folks? How many clubs did East have? So partner was adding points for their club shortness along with our club shortness. This is going to be an easy hand to count the shape of, I promise. How many clubs did East start with? Who's got it? Carlene in there. What's up, Carlene? Hope you're having a good summer. That is eight. Eight rippers and clubs. No wonder they bid so much. Right? So here And we're so happy we didn't double now, by the way. We know they had eight clubs. We know they have one spade at least. Let's piece together the rest of their hand with me. All right, here we go. I'm gonna pitch a heart this time. It's going to get a little uncomfy, but nice that they're playing spades here. We kind of want them to start playing other suits. Our partner didn't play the queen of spades there. Okay, good. So we can pitch the king of spades if we want to. And now we know another piece of declare shape, right? One spade, eight clubs. So that's nine total cards. Once again, we're dealing with four cards in the red suits, built one way or the other. We'll figure it out in a second. I'm going to pitch one more diamond. I think at some point they're just going to lead a diamond to the king, and we're going to have a difficult guess upon our side. What did partner pitch there? They pitched the eight of hearts. Okay. What have partner's points been? Just the queen of spades that we know of, and that might be all they have, right? I guess they could have the queen of spades and the king of hearts. It's 5 points. Let's see what's going on. They're just going to play every club they have in their hand. And now the question is, I think we play this card because here's what we have, folks. Eight clubs, one spade for nine. If they have a second diamond, they're always taking that king, and they pitched it away. Um, and if they have a second diamond, they don't really have a third. Yes, I'm just going to play the king of spades. Force them to trump. Now they always had a second diamond, and now they have to lead a heart. So if they did have the king, we're taking an extra trick, and that means their original shape was 8-1-2-2. There you go. Boom. Finally, a good score, people. We are out of the basement. We're into 13th place now. Thank you very much. No more 14th place or 15th. We're tied for 13th. And that was our first good score of the set, 67.9%. And first of all, we defended well. We ended up kind of not giving up anything at all and waiting for our heart. If we let a heart, it would have been amazing for us. We would have taken our two heart tricks there as well and probably gotten another trick later, but that's okay. Right? We took the three tricks we were supposed to, and that was a winner here. The rest of people were either letting them make more or how did you get to play three hearts? Oh yeah, this is maybe the same player that did the weird thing earlier. Two diamonds is a weak bid, right? So if you're gonna try that and make it work, it's not gonna go too well for you in the long run. All right, we're at least on a good positive side of things. Let's try to string some more together and see how high we can get. This is a nice balanced 15 count that I am going to open a no trump. I like when I start with a no trump. It makes me feel good. Easy transfer. You have no choice here, folks. The only other choice you might have is to super accept a transfer. So just remember that. Okay, beautiful. Partner has a hand that may consider inviting sometimes. This is interesting. 8 points with 10/5 of hearts. It's right on the razor's edge. I'm kind of glad they didn't on this hand because I would not have accepted. I'm a 4-3-3 minimum. So this was a pretty nice start here. They're giving us a free finesse. We just have to make sure we recognize it and take it. Do you guys see what's going on here? They gave us a nice little gift in diamonds, a free finesse by leading the nine. We just have to cover with the 10 to execute this. We're either going to win the 10 right now, or they're going to cover with the jack and create the entire suit as tricks for us. That's probably what we prefer because it'll keep our entries in a good spot. There we go. Now we can overtake the eight of diamonds at some point for that ace and seven and six, which we'll shake some clubs on, or at least one club on, I suppose. Here we need to lead a heart. We need to draw trump, right? Something we want to do right away, especially when the opponents have looks like they may have gotten off to a lead that is shortness, right? The nine of diamonds looks like it's a high-low lead. So the sooner we get the trumps out, the less risk we're taking. I do not want to use the diamond suit to transport to dummy because again, that would be further shortening my left-hand opponent's position. Always make sure you know what they led and why. Again, it's the robots, so I guess we can never be sure completely why they do their weird stuff that they do, but we can reliably assume, especially in these contracts, that that is shortness. I missed a spot here. I probably should have played the ten of spades just to get a little robot action on a cover. Just being Uh, just lazy there. Uh, uh, no, I'm just gonna play a heart to the king. I want to draw trumps more efficiently. So if I had won that heart trick, I get to play heart heart now and get a more true draw of trump. Wow, hearts were just terrible anyway. It made no difference what we did. All right, we'll win this. This one, I'm gonna draw more trump, folks. Let's get the trumps out there. Let's see what they lead. They're in a terrible position, right? They have to lead from their own hand. Problem is they also know that they're roughing, right? So let's put them on lead though. Right? I'm not going to lead from my own. There it is. So there they get to scoop their heart, but now we get a lead towards us, but those are two black losers. They have to take them, and they're going to. Too bad. Ace Queen Jack fourth offside though is pretty brutal. Unlucky for us. Oh, okay. No, we don't have an entry. I was gonna say, oh, they hooked us up. No, no, they did not, Rob. They did not. This does not have any chances at success, so we'll just give up our club loser now. Well defended by the robots. And up average-ish. Some people were able to make this hand. Let's take a look. We were 42.9. How did you make it? One no trump, same auction. There's the 9. Yep, taking your free finesse. Well done. There's our spade to the ace. They play heart to the 9. No, they played heart to the king. They probably did not draw trump next. Yeah, there you go. They did the reverse of what we did, right? So they said, okay, I'm probably resigning myself to this anyway. They let a diamond, tap them out that way, and then it went draw trump, and now they are more end played. Oh yeah, that's lovely. So they set up the queen for a club pitch and dummy, and now the rest is history. Okay. We could have gone that way. In fact, that is a reasonable spot to go, and it would have led to them misdefending actually. So that was a spot where we could have done better, but still, with the field there, three more boards to go. We might have to do some weird stuff, but we're not going to start on this end. We're going to start with one heart, and we're gonna try to get above 50%. That's what we want. Two hearts is our normal rebid here, folks. Okay, so I would expect, and we'll see if the robot's on their game, that this is where they have their limit raised with three card support, right? And make this a general rule for you. When you play 2/1, this is a hand, and if we look at that north hand there, it's a flat 12. It's actually well evaluated by the robot. So they wanted to, their goal was to bid a no trump, and then if let's say we bid two clubs or something, they would jump to three hearts. And that's, hey partner, I have an invitational hand with exactly three card support. When you're going to do that and your partner rebids their major, you should just always jump to four. And the robot did a very good job of doing that for us here. It's good news, bad news. The good news is we're in a nice contract. We're going to do well. I'm going to unblock the spade so that I have an entry to that hand and my good spades. I'm going to do the same thing in clubs. Now I have an entry in clubs and spades. And I'm just going to draw trump and claim at some point if I can get in. So let's see if they are dividing at least 3-1. Perfecto. Okay, so here I have all the rest, folks. I'm going to be able to pitch diamonds. And again, yeah, not what we're hoping for because it's so straightforward. We're only scooping up 57.1%, and I would guess no one is doing anything different. This might be the no. Two people did weird stuff and were punished. But yeah, this is one of those hands where come on, you're gonna do this pretty much 100% of the time. But it's a really good lesson point. Look at that north hand. When you're planning on giving that limit with three and your partner rebids, that ninth heart, that ninth trump is so important that we just jumped a game. We found our way to a beautiful spot. So even with that 57.1, we're still at 38.1%, folks. Let's do something weird. Ooh, I almost want to super accept, but I also only have 14 points, so we're only going to bid two hearts. Oh yeah, now we're going to bid just three hearts because we're going to show. How do I show more stuff here? Let's see. What's four diamonds? No, don't want to do that. Okay. All right, so we'll just show three hearts here. Okay. I wanted if partner really. I mean, to be fair, if let's picture 10 points or I don't know, let's picture 11 points. Like ace, king, fifth of hearts, and ace fifth of clubs. You know, I guess partner needs a little more there too. But I think we've done well enough, and we bid the hand weirdly enough that maybe we gain. And here's the best part. This is what we call a free roll situation. There's nowhere to go but up. If we're gonna get a terrible result for doing something weird, guess what? Oh well, it's better than getting a 52% and staying exactly where we are, at least from my perspective. So here, they have a massive diamond fit in the east-west hands, and we're super happy that we didn't do anything more crazy on this hand. In fact, we might have bought a better spot for us. I think we might get to a game that some people didn't. We have some work to do, and it's in both. It's in every suit except diamonds. Right? We want them to lead diamonds as much as possible. Here, I'm just going to lead a heart, and I'm going to lead it towards the king. I have 9 of these. I'm just making my normal play. I don't want to do anything weird. It scares me now. Feels like ace jack is over there to my left. But or well, let's take a spade finesse right now first. We're in the dummy right now. We're not going to be over there a ton of times. Ooh, okay, they don't have the jack of hearts to our left. Beautiful. So that's only 1 heart loser. We did lose. Oh, thank you. That is a slough, folks, and a rough. And that is something, if you are defending and you either know it's going to happen or you think it's possible, you avoid this at all costs. This is a disaster for the defense. They have allowed me to trump in my hand and throw away a losing spade in the other. You can never allow the declare to do that. You're better off giving them a free finesse rather than doing something like this. Okay? Uh, if we had the 8 of clubs, we might play the queen from our hand. I'm just going to play a low club to the jack. I'm going to show you how to play this. If this wins, folks, and we don't see the 10, we bang down the ace. And what are we playing for? King doubleton on side. That's the only thing we have to play for. We don't have the 10 or the 8. It's our day for this hand, folks. Claim City. All right, so we guessed that one quite well. Yeah, ship that 100% to our side. We're up to 46% now, folks. What a what a jump to 11th place. I mean, I'm trying to add as much excitement as I can, folks, but this was a nice run for us. I think we may have gotten to a game that very few people sniffed, or we just played it. Okay, yeah. So a few people just didn't get the game, and we played it one trick better, and or the robots defended quite differently because of what we did. And I know what happened, obviously. What am I thinking about? The robot knew we weren't going to be able to slough and rough because what did we open, folks? We opened one no trump on this hand. That's how we won it, folks. Weird. And I'm not taking credit for this, folks. We bamboozled the robot. But you can see why they thought that, right? They thought a diamond was so safe because I opened a no trump. But honestly, this is a hand where I might open a no trump anyway, because I have a singleton ace rather than a singleton small card. So yeah, that's what happened. That's why they hooked us up with a slough rough, and that's why we took 11 tricks. But the other crucial play, folks, is the club play, right? So here, when we play the club suit, and I'm just going to fast forward to that play. This is a classic situation. Uh, First play is low to the jack, and what we're hoping for here is we win, and maybe we see the 10 to our right, and then we can come back and play the queen, and the 9 is more relevant for us. It's going to be a trick. But when we don't see that, there is no longer a finesse. We don't have the 10, so if we play the queen and it goes cover, I mean, I guess we play for 10 doubleton in some side, but here the best way to play it is low to the jack, ace. Take the 9 away, it's even more obvious that this is the way you go. All right, so that's the way you're going to play that, and you're hoping for that one holding. And when you get it, you take all the tricks. And when you don't, you still lose a trick that you were always going to lose. Right? Yeah. Well, I hope Hiker 97. I am hopeful that AI can at least challenge Ridge at some point in the future. I read an article about an AI bot that beat the world champion Go player about 6 or 7 years ago, and I'm surprised they haven't popped it into Bridge and poker because poker is also a game that has got to be super hard to solve because the human element and the logic element makes it tough for computers to handle. All right, now we're back, and yeah, now they're angry. They jumped to 2 diamonds. They're like, forget this, and we're not going to let you get to 50%, Rob. But I think it's inevitable, folks. I think we're going to get there. Uh, and we have all right, 2 diamonds to us. I would have probably opened this. What do I have? Seven? Oh, I have 17 actually. This is a weird one. We can bid two hearts, or we can double and then bid our suit. I think I'm comfortable with either one of them at this point, especially because yeah, I think this will be something that a lot of people consider one way or the other. So I'm gonna ask you guys first. We're gonna bid this one together. So first off, do we want to start with a double and then start to show a better hand, or do we just want to overcall our natural five card heart suit? So double is not going to be our. We're doubling in order to get to the power double situation where we get to show extra values. Okay, folks, we're not showing the traditional takeout double shape. Oh, very good, David. What would three hearts mean? I'm almost positive it's a sixth heart, so I don't think we're going to get to use it, but I think it is. Yeah, it's 19 plus. So it's kind of like a two-no jump in the balancing seat. It's 19 plus, and it looked like it was six. That makes sense too, because two hearts should be around, in this case, 12 to 17-ish. It's neck and neck. I'm going to let it go for a bit just to get all the bids in. Oh, I'm Tom. I'm gonna buy that as soon as I can. I love that sort of stuff. I have to let the votes keep going, folks, because it's tied. Keep. I need some more votes, folks. Get in there. It is exactly 50-50 at this moment. I'm gonna give it about 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna get on it. All right. I think that last bid shoved it over, and it's a two heart bid. 51 to 48. It was 50-50 there. Let's get in there. Two hearts. All right, we're playing two hearts. So what we hope to buy is that. Oh no, we don't hope to buy that. We wanted to buy less than that. Uh, nah, we're probably bad off. We wanted partner to do something else. They probably should have done something else, to be fair. They have a pretty normal two-no trump bid over our two-heart bid, but they chose to pass. Now, as it turns out, if we double, they probably bid at least some no trump and we get to kick it into game. So this one ends up being a bad guess for us, unfortunately. But couple of things. What do we play from dummy at this point? What card do you play? Make your vote, folks. There's pretty much only one card to play here. Well, low, if right hand opponent opened three diamonds, low is stellar, right? Low is amazing, I think, because you're probably blocking the suit. King sets up the 10 as a trick, but again, what's going to happen? It's going to go king, ace, cash the jack, lefty's going to play low, diamond over, right? Roughy, roughy. So the moral to this story is that it makes no difference what you do. They're always going to get three tricks, right? And it's because lefty has queen doubleton of diamonds. I'm again, I'm almost 100% here. I've seen enough of this. Uh, but in general, in a vacuum, say you know nothing about diamonds and the queen gets led, you must play the king 100% of the time because you are setting up a trick when this is a normal lead, right? Queen Jack from your left. King is setting up the 10 for a future trick. It is doing the same here because East is going to lead a diamond next, right? Because they want to give their partner a rough and they know they're roughing behind us. So they are setting up a trick here as well, but it's a trick that's going to get roughed behind us, right? So the question is here, do we pitch away a loser or do we try to force a higher rough? And the answer is we don't have any losers. Right? we have great cards on this hand, unfortunately. But I am going to do one tiny thing. I'm going to play the six and hope that the eight of hearts is to my right. The six, if the eight of hearts is to my right, is going to produce an honor or a pitch. All right, so they pitched instead. They pitched a club though. Ugh. That's their long suit also. Here I'm going to get to dummy because I have so many tricks it does not matter. I'm going to play the 10 of hearts. That's what I'm hoping for. Cover, cover. Let's get the trumps off the block as fast as we can. And there's that 8 of hearts. We knew that was there. This hand is over, folks. Well done. Unfortunately, we made a game. And we're only in two. Yucky. All right, guys. That I think I can claim from there. I think that's the rest of the trumpies. Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, let's be careful. Maybe we are okay. Trumps broke worse than I thought they did. I believe that's what's happening here. Unless, yeah, they're saving a trump to the last moment. There it is, 5 of hearts. 67.9 for only being in 2 hearts, actually. That's pretty good. But I hate to say it, we only got to 49.55. We missed 50% by 0.45. My gosh. What a terrible start we had. Honestly, I don't really hate much of what we did other than a couple of the bids that we made that just worked out badly because we chose something weird. But yeah, here's our buddy Gavin if you didn't get to see it, folks. Our buddy is just stuck. He was stuck in the Charlotte airport for 9+ hours yesterday, basically. So our poor buddy is just sitting there with his whole family for 9+ hours. They didn't get in Toronto till about 2 a.m. this morning. There they are, just sitting there forever. So he'll be back next week, or sorry, 2 weeks from now. We have the Nationals next week. I will be here next week for sure, and we will get back to streaking right after the Toronto Nationals. So, folks, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you are enjoying your summers first of all and getting a lot of bridge in. At least we trended in a positive direction for the towards the end, but we had those 3 boards at the very beginning that were just a total drain on the end score. But again, folks, very good hands to talk about and learn from, and we will do better the next time. It's hard not to do better for sure. Thank you so much, folks, and enjoy the rest of your summer. And be staying tuned for some very fun announcements. I can't wait to talk about one of them in particular, and some more content from me in the very near future on a few different platforms. So I'll talk to you guys soon, and I will see you here or there in a short time.